Welcome back to this already the final segment of my favorite show, The Price of Business. Glad to be with you, talking to you about your business. I got Mark Kilduff on my program, and Mark is with a company out there, one of the ones that's part of our ongoing series of companies that are in the process of going national, and we're kind of watching it do that. He's with a bookkeeping company, and but it's interesting because, you know, most of these tend to be kind of, provincial, parochial, whatever term you want to use. And he's got a company that I love how they've positioned themselves. I love how they're posturing themselves, and looking forward to spending some time talking about it. And it's called Remote Quality Bookkeeping. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, and thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Kind of give us a little bit about your background, a little bit about the company.
Well, I started this as an on-site bookkeeper, and when the internet grew up, I actually I was probably one of the first to actually do it in the cloud before the cloud was ever introduced.
Okay, you were doing it in the cloud before the cloud was cool.
Correct.
Yeah, there you go. Very cool. And how long is that?
It's been 7 years in the cloud, 13 years and going.
Awesome. What is your background as far as in terms of bookkeeping experience?
Well, my staff all come from, I was smart enough to hire college graduates, so I have a lot of college graduates in the accounting field. Mine was in the CFO world. I actually was a CFO for a produce company for 18 years, and it was a family-run business. We didn't see eye to eye, Irish Catholic, South Boston, if you will.
Yeah.
So I decided to take the show on the road, if you will, and got connected with a forensics attorney who did a lot of audit work for the IRS, or in the eyes of the IRS. And so he had me come on board and become a field agent, and I learned how to build tax returns from the ground up backwards, actually doing audits and, pulling them apart. So that's how it started.
Very cool, very cool. What would you say is the state of your business today? What's going on that you think the average business owner would be interested in knowing?
Well, I realized there was a tremendous opportunity in the national arena for outsourced bookkeeping needs. So my challenge was, how do I get my brand across the country with what little dollars I had to spend, and spend it right? So being a remote company, naturally, I thought the internet was the key to my national audience. So the first of two costly decisions was I decided to ramp up SEO, like anybody probably would, and online marketing. But that's not the right solution, particularly for my industry. The internet's not yet the place that everybody goes to find a bookkeeping solution. So it was, a very costly decision. It's just not developed. The one thing that people want to know is that they can have confidence and they're reassured that the company they're hiring can be trusted, vouched for, has experience in the customer's line of work, and they're not just leaping out to outsourcing their company books.
Yeah.
So SEO can only be a part of the solution.
So let me ask you then.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so you call yourself bookkeeping rather than an accounting company. Is that in order to say, we are more affordable than your typical CPA firm? Is that what you're partially trying to convey?
Yes. Yes, if the accounting firm offers bookkeeping services, we've found it to be extremely expensive. So, but, we're actually more cost effective than just having, a stay-at-home mom that has had experience in the bookkeeping world and does this part-time. So, we actually bring an entire approach to bookkeeping. We host the data. We give you access to it. We have CFO services. We have payroll services. And it's all far less, probably a tenth of what you would pay a traditional bookkeeper, and that would be a, part-time mom as far as expense.
That's interesting. And so you keep it, basically because of your systems. You have far more systems than the part-time stay-at-home mom does.
Well, at Remote Quality Bookkeeping, we do a beehive approach. And in order to stay on top of every customer, it needs to be timely. All the tasks are systematically delegated amongst the RQB team. We all work together in various roles and communicate to each other and all the small business owners and franchisees. So it's a package that we offer, not just you're assigned to a representative.
Yeah, and you try to keep it, I'm sure, seamless and keep it as simple as possible for the client.
Exactly.
So what are you doing to go national?
Well, once we realized that there was an opportunity with franchises, we developed a system that would entice them, and it took several years to define, but once we had the system in place, we, properly providing a quality service that I can be proud of, we started marketing and then setting up booths in regional and national shows. It took a few shows to gain traction, but after attending like the Franchise South Expo down in Miami, the West Coast Franchise Expo out in L.A., and then the International Franchise Expo, which this year was in Vegas, last year was in Washington, I think. We're now really getting traction and the chance to apply our system to growing franchise systems like Shelf Genie, a shelving conversion company, or Menchie's Yogurt Shops, 101 Mobility, and others.
Very good. Again, Mark, appreciate you being with us here on today's program. Learn more about the company. I think it's kind of cool. Mark Kilduff and the company, again, is it sounds like a payroll company, but so much more. Remote quality bookkeeping, and you can learn more about them at myrqb.com. Thanks for being with us.
All right. Thank you.
All right, when we come back tomorrow, we're going to have a great show for you, so make sure you stay tuned to it. Remember our sister friends over there at usdailyreview.com. Check them out daily, like them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter. Have a great day. Spend it right here on this station.